Hey, hello again, and a very, very good evening. My name's Sean Ryan, and you are, of course, watching the Planet Cruise TV show. I always love this time, because I'll be honest, I've been running around all day, feeling a bit frazzled. It's just so nice to sit down with you guys and plan our next cruises. We've got 6 amazing deals. We've actually got 2 cruises tonight for less than £500 and some exclusive savings. So obviously, an amazing show. So sit down, relax. I know a few of you have got a cheeky glass of wine there as well. And I'm joined by a great friend of mine. Justin is back. Nice to see you, mate.
How you doing? The only thing is, where's our glass of wine?
Hey, I know.
You just want to be just relaxing and chilling out while you're actually thinking about where you're going to go. And that's the great thing. Cruising, it's one of those addictive things. Once you start cruising, you won't stop. You want to do the next one, and you want to do somewhere else. You want to do another cruise line. It's really, really good fun.
I took 2 friends on a cruise last year. It was for a friend's 50th birthday. And they'd spent all their lives saying, oh, I don't really think we'll fancy cruise, but we should just at least try it. And now they are hooked. You're so right.
Exactly. And we've got something for everybody tonight as well.
We certainly have. Now, if you don't know Justin, he worked on the cruise ships for many years. He's travelled the world, haven't you?
Can't you tell? The funny thing is, we've actually got some photographs a little bit later on that you'll see. And earlier on today, the stick that I got, they were like, really, is that you? I was like, yes, that was before I lost all my hair. Thank you very much.
Oh, so I've never seen you with hair, so you're going to see hair. Yeah, OK, we'll look forward to that. Stay tuned. There you go. Just in with hair. So.
Look, at the end of the day, it just goes to reinforce that I have been there, I've done that, I've bought the T-shirt, and now I wear jumpers.
For many years. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got an amazing show. And for anyone that's never booked with Planet Cruise, why Planet Cruise, Justin?
Well, I was going to say, I did 6 years with P&O Cruises, and all of the guys down at the office, if they haven't worked on cruise lines, they've worked in the travel industry. So you can go to your travel agent that will just book something and click on a computer. But when you speak to our representatives who are experts in their field, they'll be able to personalise the package for you. They've probably been to the places that you go into, and they'll recommend things like the best places to go, the things to do, the things not to do. So you're getting first-hand experience.
Because there is, honestly, there is a cruise for everybody, and I really believe that. But we better crack on, because we've got 6 now. We've got exclusive savings. We're going to start with Royal Caribbean. First cruise I ever took was with Royal Caribbean, actually. And I had an amazing time.
And it really is known as a cruise line of fun. You know, straight away when you see the climbing wall at the back of the ship, you've got the crazy golf as well, you know that it's going to be nice and fun and relaxed.
And great for, you know, all generations, all ages as well. But have you checked out the price on this one? $499, and a low deposit tonight as well.
And what I like about this one, we were saying about if you've never cruised before, this is a nice little taster cruise.
It is.
You've only got just a week away, and you've got some great ports to start off with. A fantastic ship.
Yeah, and no flying whatsoever as well. So let's talk you through. So this is on board the Navigator of the Seas with Royal Caribbean, a company with great history, great heritage, but there's something to do for everybody, isn't there?
Yeah, we're talking about all the sports activities on board. I mean, a lot of people think that cruising is about relaxing, but actually sometimes you need a holiday to recover from the cruise that you've just been on. There's so much to do, you know, and if it's your first cruise, you're like, oh, we've got to do this, we've got to do that. You come back with that excitement of, oh, we went here this night, we did this that night, and the food is fantastic. The staff on all the cruise lines are fantastic. I mean, Johnny Rockets is one of my favourites with Royal Caribbean. You've got that authentic American diner experience. You've got great kids' club facilities on there as well. And also, I mean, this is Voyager class, so you've got a lot of the sister ships like Explorer, Adventurer, and I think it's Mariner as well. They've got the virtual balcony. So if you're actually taking an inside cabin, you've actually got a window that effectively looks like the outside 24 hours a day with a live feed from the camera on top of the ship. One of the great things, I mean, wakeboarding, if you've never really tried that, there we go. I was just saying about the virtual balcony. Just really fantastic food as well. Italian food is fantastic. The sushi is fantastic as well. So really indulge. And as I said, that's 6 nights. A little bit of France, a little bit of Spain. It's just perfect for a little bit of a getaway, and that price is just unbelievable.
And what I really love about Royal Caribbean, you know, yes, there's all those sporting activities. Do you know what? You don't have to do any of them. You can just sit and relax if you want to. You know, there's something on a cruise ship for everybody. But if you don't like flying, you just want to make life easy, this goes straight from Southampton, so your cruise begins straight away. And we're making our way over to the port of Le Havre, aren't we?
Yeah, Port Le Havre. I mean, fantastic little small fishing port, but of course this is the gateway to Paris.
Oh, yes.
I've actually got a colleague of mine who's just come back from Paris. I don't know whether Ron's watching tonight, but he says one of the best restaurants to go, well, distinguish the difference between a bistro and a brasserie. If you want something nice and light and authentic as French, go for a bistro. And one of the best bistros is Le Villa Ray. So you've got to go to Le Villa Ray. Quite actually, well, reasonably expensive for a bistro compared to the UK prices. But actually, you know, what you're going to see here, the Champs-Élysées, you know, obviously, you know, all of the sights and sounds of Paris, and there's that smell of Paris as well. When you come back, it's just, you know when you, the first part of the summer where you have rainfall on dry earth, that smell, and you go, wow, I haven't smelled that. So it's like a city break, and you just feel it. It's just fantastic. Anyway, I'm going on and on about Paris. We've got a nice, relaxing day at sea, and then we're off to our next port of call, which is Bilbao. Now, this is absolutely legendary. Of course, you've got the mix of Basque French culture and Castilians of Madrid. You've also got the Guggenheim Museum here as well, so there's plenty to see and do. The Old Quarter is probably one of the places that you want to have a little bit of a ramble around, because you've got all the medieval buildings around there. So you've got plenty of old plazas, and there's also a little bit of a stroll up to the Basilica. So 64 steps up to the Basilica, well worth going up there for the photographs. And, you know, with all that food that you're going to be eating, you need a little bit of exercise.
Oh, yeah, at least a bit. Now, a day at sea. Oh, so no, Dijon next. Isn't it?
Yeah, we're to Dijon.
Yeah.
Again, this is a port that we don't usually see on itineraries, and this is a great thing with these short little hop-over cruises. You're actually getting to see more of this part of the world.
I've never been here, actually.
Do you know what? This is one of the unspoken ports. One of the things that's really good around here is Roman baths and Roman relics. So if you do like your history, imagine Bath in Wiltshire. Or was it Somerset? I always get confused. But you've got the Roman baths down there. Is it Berkshire? No, it can't be. The thing is, I'm from Wiltshire as well. But no, if you want to go over there and see some of the sights and sounds, you can do. One of the specialities over there as well, if you like sardines, they've got a local delicacy, which is sardines.
Really?
So go over and try that. And then after Dijon, you're back across the water. And then back to Southampton. This is brilliant for those of you that either don't like flying, who can't fly for whatever reason, and also who just like to take a load of clothes. Because I know it's dressed to impress. I tell you what, there's some rather impressive cars in that on that ship. Is that a Bugatti? That looks rather interesting.
I'll tell you what.
If Ron's watching, he'll tell me.
We think this one's going to be really popular tonight. We've just had a price reduction, so these are exclusive new price reductions as well. $4.99, that's for your standard inside. You can, of course, upgrade to the virtual balcony or ocean views. And, as I just mentioned, exclusive new price reductions tonight. Now, all you need to do, because we do think this one's going to sell very quickly tonight, is put down a very low deposit of £99. Hey, and something that's always worth doing. I mean, maybe you don't live close to Southampton and you think, oh, big drive on the day of the cruise, what if I'm late? Do you know, if you go to the Meon Valley Marriott the night before, they'll really look after Planet Cruise customers. You can stay there from just £89 per person, but you'll get free parking and your port transfers as well. Love the hotel. I always do that when
I was going to say, the value of that is in the parking and the port transfers.
Definitely.
I mean, you've got a great hotel for £89, which I think is great value anyway, but how much would it cost you to park a vehicle in a secure location for a week and get a taxi there and back? You know, and it's all organised as part and parcel.
And it's hassle-free as well. So, the standard interior starts at $499. You can upgrade to an ocean view at just from $599 and a balcony just $649 as well. So amazing prices. So we've just got these new price reductions today. And don't forget, the call centre open till 11 o'clock tonight. So you can give us a call on that free phone number 020 3696 9457. Wow, great start to the show. And it's a really nice, it's a nice taster cruise, but also maybe you've already had your holiday and you're just going to squeeze a cheeky second one in. By the way, every cruise has its own ID number, which is 96329. I can never quite see them, but that was right, wasn't it? Now, hey, P&O are next.
I know, it feels like home.
Yes, P&O.
Do you know, the great thing with P&O is it quintessential Britishness. I mean, you have got Cunard, which is a fantastic product, but P&O is that great value, great quality as well, and the sense of feeling like a family. When I actually watch these short clips now, I actually start recognising some of the staff. Now, bear in mind, I cruised 10 years ago, and they've been at sea for 10 years. These are lifetime committed to cruising. The food is absolutely fantastic on board the ships. You've got lots of different tastes. One thing they really do like to tap into is, of course, their close links with India. And Atul Kuchar actually runs one of the restaurants on board. Fantastic Indian food. And you've also got a wine bar as well, which is all selected by Ollie Smith. As well. So, you know, it is that quintessential Britishness, fantastic spas. They do their formal nights really well. And it's got that sense of loyalty. People that tend to go with P&O will go back, you know, again and again and again. So a great way to start in cruising if you're a first-time cruiser, and if you've never tried the product before, go and try it. Because again, sailing out of Southampton, go into a fantastic place. We're just saying how Norway, it's one of those areas. We've got Azura, and I believe we've got Britannia out at the same time. So if this actual cruise doesn't float your boat, excuse the pun, then phone the guys. The trouble is, I keep on saying these things and I don't realise it until I'm halfway through the sentence. When you phone the guys, say, look, we're not available for that date. Is there something else that's available? There's 2 ships that are positioned for the Baltic at the time being. But Azura, she's a Grand Class ship. They changed the Grand Class ships. They used to be referred to as the shopping trolleys because they used to have the nightclub up at the back, and it looked like a shopping trolley handle. So they've taken that off now and adapted it for the British market. So it's a really, really good ship.
I'll tell you what, the Fjords, if you've never been to them, they're one of my absolute favourites. I've done 2 cruises around the Fjords in the last few years and just loved it every single time.
It's so fresh, isn't it? You can't believe how pure and fresh the air is until you actually go out to Norway.
And just incredibly relaxing. So as Justin said, straight from Southampton, so no flying, and we're making our way. We've got a day at sea and it's over to Stavanger, isn't it?
Yeah, the first day at sea you usually have tours around the ship to familiarise yourself. Make the use of those facilities as well. Now, Stavanger, as soon as you go into Norway, one of the great things I say about cruising in Norway, whichever brand you go with, is that you've got everything on board the ship, and it's a lot cheaper than going ashore, because Norway does tend to be quite expensive. There's some breathtaking views. I mean, the actual fjords that you've got up here are absolutely amazing, and everybody thinks these are Photoshop. No, that is actually somebody sat at the edge of that ledge. Dare if you wish.
I never realised just how deep the fjords were. You know, the ships are tiny in comparison to them, aren't they?
Do you know, when you actually see it, the actual scale is amazing. But Stavanger, it's the cradle of the Vikings. You've got some fantastic artefacts and relics that are around there. But the second port call is one of my favourites, Olden. You get off here and it doesn't seem to be that populated. And then you have a little bit of a wander, and there's the most beautiful little town, and you're literally wandering the shores of this fjord. There's a couple of really nice hotels. One of the things that you've got to do here, though, is you've got to go after the Brickstall Glacier. Whether you want to go and view it or whether you want to go and climb it, you can actually go on a tour and climb it. Now, just remember...
I did climb it, actually.
The thing is, everybody goes, did you really climb the glacier?
It's not.
You're only on the bottom, and it's all, you know, safety harnessed up. You've got your ice axes and everything like that. I do believe we've got... This is a blast from the past. That's at the bottom of the glacier, and you get to go up onto... It doesn't actually look that large, but when you get up onto there, you can walk up about halfway, and you're guided, so you're all on ropes. You get a chance to have a couple of photographs up on there. And this is a living, breathing piece of nature that's still moving. So you hear these cracks and you hear these sort of little sounds.
Really weird, isn't it?
Yeah. It's really safe and well worth doing. If you don't climb on it, you've got to go and see it. To really experience it. Then we're off to Flam. Now, you cannot go to Norway without doing the Flam Railway. This is, when people say about the Orient Express, I know we've got the fantastic Rocky Mountains a little bit later on when we go to Alaska, the Rocky Mountaineer. This is one of those must-do for any railway fans, because the Flam Railway, it just hugs the side of these fantastic canyons and fjords and goes all the way up into the top. There's just dozens and dozens of tunnels and turns, and it's going at a really nice slow pace.
And what is interesting, the views change so much, because I mean, I went in May and it was lovely, kind of in spring, like with sunshine. But when you got to the very top,
it was cold.
It was actually snowy.
Yeah.
It's like you saw lots of seasons in one journey.
Literally, Flam translates into the little place in the steep mountains, and I think that sums it up perfectly. Because when you see it like that, It is just
Just make sure you do book the train in advance.
Just going to say, yeah, I would say, because when you get on board the ships, everything's so exciting, and then you go, where are we going tomorrow? Oh, we need to book that. No, you need to book it now. So when you book your cruise, book, and if you do get a chance to speak to Glenn, I do believe he's actually down in the office tonight. If you speak to Glenn, he used to actually run the tours for P&O, so he'll know about the Flam Railway. Book that nice and early to avoid disappointment. Sorry, going on. It's such a lovely place in the world. Then we're on to Bergen, another fantastic Norwegian port. It's such a shame they actually stopped the ferries going across from the UK across to Bergen, so now you have to either fly over or take a long railway journey all the way around, because it's such a lovely day trip across there. Bergen as the actual old fishing village. Beautiful, colourful buildings along the shoreline, fantastic weekly fish market, and then you can get the vernacular railway up into the mountains. Now, when you go up into the mountains, there is an organised tour. I highly recommend that you take the tour, because this was the smile on my face when I'd got to the top. The only trouble was I was on my own. That was before selfies. It was on a timer. But the only problem was, and yes, that's me with hair. The only problem was when I turned around, I was like, how on earth do I get down now? And if it hadn't been for the ship sailing late, I wouldn't have made it back to the ship in time. So there's, the moral of the story is book a tour. Yeah. But you've got the cable car, you've got the vernacular railway. I mean, this is the home of Edvard Grieg, so expect some fantastic classical concerts. And there's that lovely sort of mystical and magical air about Norway, because of course the tradition over there is, the trolls are in the forests. So
honestly,
if you love that.
I absolutely adore the fjords. I've been on cruises twice and I plan to go again. So tonight we've got an amazing price, $489 with P&O. It is incredible, this one. Now, if you went for the August date, you can actually take a family of 4 for less than £2,500, which is actually really good for the school holidays. As you mentioned, you can always stay at the Meon Valley Marriott the night before. They really look after you and give you free parking and transfers, and slightly different itineraries depending on departure dates. If you go for the lead date, by the way, the family of 4 would cost you less than £1,600. The ID number for this one is 97408. Let's just show you the other dates as well on this one, because I've actually been to the Fjords in May, and I've also been in July. Never been in August, but you get so much more light in July and August, don't you?
Well, of course, this is the land of the midnight sun. The further you go north, I mean, some of the cruises, when you go to Norway, you go up to the North Cape, so you will experience a lot longer nights. It's actually quite bizarre when it's sort of like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's just a sunset. The sun never really goes down. It sort of touches the horizon and then comes back up.
It is lovely, but honestly, May is great as well. Just obviously it's a little bit different, but if you're doing a book that, please do it as soon as you can, because that is an amazing price, one of the lowest we've had for the Norwegian fjords with P&O. Now, Norwegian Cruise Lines are next on board the Norwegian Jade. Do you know, I feel like I'm bragging to that, but I've been on the Jade as well.
Yeah, but it's one of those things, it's addictive, isn't it?
It is.
You want to keep on trying different ships, different places, different cruise lines.
I had a great time on the Jade. It really relaxed, lots of fun. Anyway, let's take you on board. Here we go. No, I really liked it, because it's for anyone that doesn't like too much formality and set dining, the Jade and Norwegian Cruise Lines are not like that. It's all freestyle.
I was just going to say, it's a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
They're great with single travellers as well. There's actually a separate bar for people to sort of mix and mingle. So if you are travelling on your own, then it's a great way of meeting new friends and perhaps, sharing some experiences ashore. Always good. But yeah, fantastic, great value, very modern and contemporary. So if you do like things, great for the families as well. And as you can see, some of the larger rooms there, really nice and opulent. Even though it's contemporary and modern, you've still got those usual refinements with what you usually associate with cruising. But a bath? Crikey, hang on, a bath on a cruise ship? You usually get a shower. I don't know what cabin that was, but yeah, that's certainly a luxury when you go to sea. You knew when you were doing well when you had a bath in your cabin.
Oh yes. Even I've never had one of them just then. We've been on loads of cruises.
What, a bath or a cabin?
Hey, now I'll tell you what, this is really nice, because it starts with a flight over to Venice, which is one of the best ports to actually cruise out of, isn't it?
It's probably the port to cruise out of, because the Grand Canal, literally the ship, it towers above some of the buildings. It's quite frightening actually how close they get to some of the buildings in there. But all I'd recommend is, get out on deck. There's usually a commentary from the captain. You will see all the old beautiful boats. It does look like very much like a Bond film with the old sail ships and the old gondolas, but just a fantastic place. Can I just recommend, though, if you do want to see more of Venice, this is your embarkation port. So, you know, book another night. So ask our representatives if you can extend your stay. Then into our first port of call, and this is Dubrovnik, absolute classic Adriatic port, a beautiful walled city that you can actually walk around the outside, and completely pedestrianised on the inside. There's no bikes, so there's no cars. You get shuttled from the ship down to the actual port, and it's absolutely beautiful. There's some fantastic markets there, and definitely worth going to if you like history as well, because there's a lot of recent history from some of the conflicts that have been over there. You know, you've got to embrace it. This is one of the best shots, actually, of Dubrovnik. Those beautiful walkways, fantastic little cafes, and loads of stuff to do there.
And then you've got a day at sea, and we're making our way to Athens.
It's a biggie. Book your tours early as well, because, of course, when you actually get to the port of Athens, if you want to go and see the Acropolis, if you want to go to all of the classic Athens must-dos, book a tour and do all of them. You can do it yourself, but just take the hassle out of it. And one thing with the tours, if you're on a tour, the ship waits for you. If you're on your own, the passport waits for you.
And then we're going to talk about Athens a little bit later in more detail.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. On to Santorini. Of course, this is a lovely little place. This is quintessentially the most Greek place that you can get. The beautiful blue roofs of the buildings, the whitewashed walls. Of course, this is where legendary, they reckon Atlantis was. So it's literally in the bowl of a volcano. So absolutely crystal clear waters.
Beautiful place.
This is the port you get off and have lunch, and you dress up in some nice linen shirts or perhaps a linen skirt, girls, and just, you know, be seen. Then you've got a nice relaxing day at sea, and then you're into one of my ports that I wish I'd gone here. I'd never been into this port. There were so many things that I wanted to do. Split is just one of those places. It's the hip and trendy place for water sports. There's fantastic history there as well. There's a great cathedral, the Temple of Jupiter. So there's plenty to do there. I mean, it dates back 13 centuries. So there's plenty of history. There's plenty of culture. There's plenty of fun to be had. And it's just one of those places. I wish I'd gone there, and I think I'll probably go on this cruise and make it this my highlight.
Well, back to Venice, isn't it?
Yeah, back to Venice. And like I said, you know, if you don't perhaps extend your stay at the beginning, extend it at the end, because Venice, the Bridge of Sighs, the Rialto Bridge, the Murano Islands, with all the glass production around there, you know, St Mark's Square, it's just an absolute beautiful place.
Now, we've got to mention something really important in terms of what's included in this one.
Save the best till last.
Well, we are doing, because no matter what grade cabin you go for, you will get a free upgrade to an all-inclusive drinks package. And the one with Norwegian Cruise Line, it's actually really good. It does include some of your great spirits and wines and beers and soft drinks. It does make a huge difference. You know, if you book this, you'll know that you won't end up with a big bar bill or anything at the end of the cruise. That is all included. It's a free upgrade to an all-inclusive drinks package. I think for a lot of people on the holiday, they do enjoy a drink or two. Or three.
Do you know what the nice thing is not having to
worry. Yeah.
And at the end of it, you know, if you're looking at a budget, you're looking at, okay, it's $769 for the lead date. Okay, there's that, but if it's all-inclusive drinks package, that's
amazing.
it.
And your flights. You'll also get $50 onboard spend per stateroom. So that'll be on your account. So you could use that towards a tour. You could use it in the shops. You get free return flights, salons. And sailing dates there operate throughout the summer. We do have lots of other dates, by the way, but the lead date there is the 16th of October. But if that's not suitable, give us a call on that free phone number, and we can find a date that could be more applicable with your own holidays. And I think you'll agree, for $769, with the free drinks and the onboard credit, that represents amazing value. So really like that ship. So I was on there a few years ago and really like the Jade. The ID number for that one, by the way, is 110127. Now, we're going to go to the phone lines, apparently. We always like it when there's surprises, don't we? I'll put that down there. Because I think, is it Glenn?
It's not.
It is. Glenn Wallace, you there?
Hello, Sean. How are you, mate? You okay?
We're good, thank you. Yes. You stopped us mid-flow, Glenn.
Oh God, I'd hate to stop you mid-flow, Sean.
It's fine. So, Glenn, what brings you on the phone lines?
We've got something a little bit different tonight. A deal's just come in. It's a secret cruise. We can't tell you the name of the vessel, but it's one of our river cruises, which are proving really, really popular at the moment. And this is something a little bit different. It's on the 25th of July, 2016. It's a 7-night Rhine and Main cruise from Nuremberg. And obviously, the deal on this is the price. Fantastic lead-in price on a French balcony at just $979. Now, Sean, the original price for this was $2,445 per person.
Wow.
So the deal on this is brilliant.
Wow.
Just to let you know, included on this one, we've got turn London flights, all meals on board, complimentary house wine, local beers and soft drinks served with lunch and dinner. All your excursions, tips and overseas transfers included on this one as well.
That is
brilliant deal.
That is good, isn't it? So what was the date again, Glenn?
It's the 25th of July 2016. Now, if that doesn't suit you, we have got dates throughout the months of May, June and July at very, very similar prices. We can't give the name of the actual river cruise company. It's one of our top secret special offers. But this has just come in, and the price reduction on this is over 60%. It's massive on here.
That is huge. And I've got to say, for July, Dave, the 25th
Yeah, it's
of
a
July.
good time to go. Beautiful weather. And as I said, you're getting a French balcony as well, which is great to stand out there and taking the views of the Rhine and all the beautiful river cruise in there.
And how much am I going to save again? How much are we going to save, Glenn?
Well, it was originally £2,429, so I think even a person of your means, Sean, can afford that one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I do want to do a river cruise, and that at that price, yes, under £1,000.
I think the prices on there is brilliant. I said sometimes prices of river cruise are a bit more expensive, and the balconies are really expensive, but this is a great deal at $979. Really, really good price.
And if our ladies and gents ring right now, will you tell them what it is? Will you give them a hint?
I'll tell them it, only if they call in and promise to book. But we'll tell them, and as I said, we've got it all here for the team already, and as I said, the line's already busy from the previous deals.
Glenn, that is amazing. When are you back on the show, by the way?
Back on the first week, the first Tuesday of every month, Sean, so I'll be able to see you. And let Justin have a week off.
We'll give Justin a break, yeah.
I need it.
Glenn, thank you so much. That is an amazing. I think that has to be one of the best offers ever with the River Cruise, and that's just come down in price, yeah? Thank you, Glenn. You've gone, haven't you? He's gone.
He's gone.
Back to the phone lines.
I think that the key thing to remember there is that because we've had such great value cruises under £500, £1,000 does sound like a lot of money, but when you get all of your excursions included on it really, and especially if that's what I'm thinking it is, that's a blinking good offer.
Well, it was £2,400.
Yeah.
So if you're after a River Cruise in July, there were some other dates as well. Give us a call right now. Right, OK.
We've got upper level.
Well, I've been very lucky. I think I've done 22 cruises now. I've never been on a 6-star cruise with Silversea. I've looked at them many times. You know you do. Oh, I'd like to do that one. I'd like to do that one. But they are a premium brand. Tonight's price has to be, I think, the best we've seen with Silversea. And so much is included with this. Anyway, we'll talk through that in a moment, but we're flying to Barbados first of all, aren't we?
Are we?
Oh,
Are we
we are.
going?
We are.
Should we do it?
We are. Let's go.
Barbados, do you know what? This is just such a great place. This was our turnaround port every 2 weeks.
Was it?
So the sad thing is I probably know Barbados better than I know some parts of the UK. It's such a relaxed atmosphere there. Bridgetown is a great little place. Great for all of your duty-free. Great for your water sports. One place that I'd highly recommend that if you just want to go for a nice relaxing day at the beach, you've got to go down to the boat yard. I think all the cruise ship staff are going to kill me for telling you because it's their secret. It is the most beautiful beach. It's great fun and it's cheap as chips. It's a really great atmosphere. It's just down from the Hilton. You are staying overnight on this for 4 nights. Sorry,
no, 3 nights, isn't it?
3 nights in a 4-star hotel. So what you got to do is you got to get out. Now the great thing is the nightlife is completely different. One place that I'd definitely recommend to head down to. It's a region called St Lawrence Gap. Down St Lawrence Gap, this is where all the bars and the nightclubs are. In fact, some of the nightclubs and some of the celebrities actually started off their careers. So if you think about exactly, so you've got the Ship Inn, which is great. Harbour Lights is another place that you got to go to as well. But just it's a really, really great place.
So that's a great start. 3 nights in that 4-star hotel, but then your chance of being on the most amazing cruise. We were looking less than 300 passengers on board this ship.
Do you know what? When you actually look at this ship,
look.
Sometimes when you've got this gargantuan cruise ships, like over 3,000 passengers, they look across at ships like this and they go, is that like a private yacht? Is that like a Russian billionaire? It's 16,000 tonnes. 16,000 tonnes.
So much space.
Right? But 300 passengers.
Yeah.
So you've got all of that space. The service is just another level, and it is 6-star. You've got butler service, you've got mini bars, you've got literally everything that you can imagine. You know, where the places that you're going in the Caribbean, even though a lot of the modern cruise ships are shallow draft, so they can get into the lower waters, they cannot get as close into the ports as ships like this. This is the closest you are going to get to your own private, you know, motor yacht. And the food is just outstanding. This is all about the experience. They will have entertainment on board, but it's all about the quality of food, the quality of service, and going ashore. It really is. I'd love to do it.
Silversea Cruises are a brand that everyone aspires to being part of. Tonight's price, bear in mind, this is for a Vista suite starting at under £2,400, and it is all inclusive. And you know, I would say if you've experienced 4- and 5-star cruises, this is taking you to a completely different level. So we're on the Silver Wind. We've got 7 nights. We've got some places we're going to that I've not seen on the show before.
And do you know what? I'm going to admit I've never been to this first port.
Really?
The reason
being
is you know, 100,000 ton ship.
They can't get there.
Couldn't get in there. So the actual port you're actually going into Admiralty Bay, which is part of the St Vincent and Grenadine Islands. Just fantastic. I mean, you just have to look at the yachts and the ships that are in the harbour.
So I'm thinking,
you know what this is going to be like.
Yeah, they're going to be less busy. They're going to be more exclusive.
Yeah, and a completely different feel.
Yeah.
Where you've got some parts of the Caribbean which is very rough and ready, and it's loud, and it's sort of like, let's just have a drink, let's get down the beach. This is just have a wander around, enjoy. I mean, just look at that colour. The turquoise ocean, it's just absolutely stunning. From Bequia, we're actually moving on to Grenada, which is one of my favourite islands. It's the Spice Island. This is where all the spices come from. In fact, so good that a lot of top celebrity chefs actually own properties. I know Gary Rhodes actually had a restaurant out in Grenada for a very long... I don't know if he's still got it there. You've actually got the spice market, and right in the centre of town, it's the bizarrest thing, because obviously you've got this link to the old colonial past. Right in the middle of this market, out of nowhere, you blink and you'll miss it, and there's this old red post box. It's just bizarre. You've got to try and find that.
Oh, there it is.
A little shot.
Yeah,
here's a little shot. It's just there in the middle of the market.
Bizarre.
Grandad's Beach is one of the best places to go to here. When you get off the ship, get a little water taxi around the cove, and you can literally go around that, and it is just beautifully. And to give you an idea, this is actually a photo that I took. That is it busy. Now, you know, sometimes when you go to the Caribbean and there's all these cruise ships and you go, oh, there's just, you know, towels everywhere. No, there's like 7 miles of beautiful, beautiful beach. Yeah. Anyway, on from Grenada, we're actually going to be going into, well, this is actually going to the south of the Caribbean, to the ABC Islands. We're actually starting off with Bonaire. Now, Bonaire is one of the top 3 dive sites in the world. I'm telling you, have you ever been scuba diving? Have you ever fancied it?
I have, yeah.
Do you know what? I did a tri-dive here, where you turn up, you do a short briefing, you get the gear on, and you go out. It was the best experience.
Seriously?
If you don't like the idea of going under the water, go just snorkeling.
No, I've done snorkeling,
because it is just so beautiful. You got a Dutch feel to it as well. So some of the people in the, on the island, they're a bit crazy. My dive instructor was absolutely bonkers. I wonder actually how I actually came back alive from that. But there we go. Now, from Bonaire onto Aruba. Again, this is part of the ABC Islands. It's just a short hop across. It is brilliant. This is very much an American feel. This is one of the best little cafes that you got to, which is called Le Petit Cafe. They do steak on a stone, and you'll spot this as soon as you come off the ship. There's a Volkswagen Beetle with cow print, and then straight above it is Le Petit Cafe, and you actually get yellow bibs because the fat spits off of your steak so much that it's sizzling. So you just got to go there.
So that's why I wonder what the bib was there for.
You thought it was a life jacket, didn't you?
What's that? Yeah. What's next then?
We're going off to Curacao. Now this, it's just brilliant. Curacao, you've got a little wooden walkway, and of course you've got the famous bridge into the town. Beautiful, beautiful colours and great shopping. All of these, I'd say Aruba and Curacao, really good for your shopping. You can go here and get some fantastic sort of duty-free stuff. But one thing that you've got to do, if you go on this cruise, can you please go into the port terminal? This is Coco, the parrot. And he sits at the bar, and you can literally go up to the bar, have a drink, and he'll just jump on your arm. So if he's still there, can you take a picture? Because we haven't got a cruise capture this week.
No.
So if you do go on this cruise, or if you've got a picture of Coco, the parrot, then please send it in.
Then back to Barbados, where you're disembarking, of course, your flight back to the UK.
What a cruise.
Wow. Now, first of all, you just need to see what an amazing price we got on this one. And you're going to get, bear in mind this is a 6-star cruise, what gift box would be suitable? Well, how about Fortnum & Mason? Yes, a champagne and chocolates gift box with everyone that books a cruise right now. You'll also get, now this is a big onboard spend, $500 per suite. That's for everyone booking tonight. That's a lot of money. I don't know what we're going to spend it on because so much is included, but I'm sure you'll find something. Yeah, you'll find something. 3 nights in a 4-star hotel in Barbados and your return flights as well. Now, I really want you to have a look at what's included with Silversea because it is incredible. Now, all on-board gratuities and Wi-Fi throughout the ship. Complimentary beverages, so that's fine wines, that's champagne, by the way, as well. Spirits, bottled beer, all of your soft drinks and specialty coffees. In-room bar and refrigerator, stocked with your preferred beverage selection. So if you like your gin, your whiskey, whatever, that will be in your minibar. And all the different dining options as well. So it really is an incredible opportunity. By the way, it's all open seating in the restaurant, so there's no assigned time, no assigned table, anything like that. This is what you get with 6-star. But it's not lots of dressing up, is it, Justin? It's still quite...
Again, I really can't emphasise this enough. 6-star cruise, and you think it's going to be formal jackets and James Bond penguin suits all the time. It's not at all. It's very much like your own private motor yacht.
I tell you what, if you've always wanted to experience that, give us a call tonight. Now we're moving on to our Carnival cruise next on board the Carnival Vista, and this is
a biggie.
It is a biggie. I'm going to say hello to Maria from Greece, by the way. She's a big fan of the show. She's obsessed.
All right, okay.
She's obsessed with the shows, Maria. So yes, Maria, just for you because she's from Greece. And anyway, this is a cruise around the beautiful Italy and the Greek islands, I should say. So we're starting off.
Starting off in Athens.
A little stay, yes, aren't we?
Yeah, this is your overnight stay. Nice way to acclimatise, and of course, with this, this is your embarkation onto the ship itself. Of course, this is a 4-star hotel stay that you've got in Athens, so fantastic quality and great value as well. First port of call that you're actually going into is into Turkey, into Izmir.
Yes.
Now, of course, you can go to Ephesus, so you can go to all of your ancient relics and ruins there. You've got the fantastic Odeon Theatre, not the one that you're thinking about. You've got the Library of Celsius as well, and you've got the Grand Bazaar. The actual Grand Bazaar in Izmir is only second largest to the one in Istanbul. So if you really want to go for a bit of a barter, then that's a fantastic opportunity. Then you're going off to Rhodes. Now, this is a fantastic island. They're actually talking about reinstating the Colossus of Rhodes, which, of course, is one of the ancient wonders of the world, and it would stand actually across the port itself. Really, really nice and relaxed here. You can go to the Acropolis of Lindos. You can go to some of the fantastic temples, of course, the Byzantines, the Ottomans. Everybody's been in there, so it's a real melting pot of cultures. And I love the little tavernas. Which are really worth a little bit of a visit. Then you've got a nice relaxing day at sea, and then you're into my favourite actual port, where you dock in Malta, Valletta.
I like Valletta as well, yeah.
It's just something about the sandstone. We were talking about Bath earlier on in the Roman baths down in the southwest. And it's just, when you dock there, it is amazing. You've got St Paul's Cathedral there as well, if you fancy doing some of your religious tours as well. Some of the great forts as well. But it is just one of those places that you just got to go and get lost.
I was just going to say the same thing. It's so lovely just to wander around, isn't it? Can
I actually recommend have breakfast before you go ashore. Don't rush. Just take in that lovely historic port before you go ashore. Then we're going off to Italy. We're going to Messina now. This is obviously just spitting distance from Mount Etna. You've got some fantastic cathedrals which date back to the Norman times as well. And you've got a lovely piazza as well, which you can go around. So, I mean, this is real sort of mafia country, really, that you're going to. So you can really indulge in some of the sort of Italian culture, the sharp suits, the espresso, and hey, you know what I mean? You know. Then we're going to Naples.
Very good, Justin. Very good.
It's just a husky voice. Then we're off to Naples. This is the birthplace of pizza. Fact. I'm not all the restaurants there will claim that it is the birthplace, but there's some great thin and crispy bases there. Of course, you can go a little bit further afield on your tours. You can go to Capri, Vesuvius. It really is one of those places you can do as much or as little as you want. And also, it's a great place to wander around. I'd actually say that probably Naples is the highest populous. This isn't a fact, but from my memory, it's just Vespas and Lambrettas everywhere. It's just fantastic. Then we've got Rome. Now, this is big port time. You've got two back-to-back, Rome and then, of course, Florence and Livorno. You can do all of the Vatican City. You can do the Trevi Fountain. You can do the Colosseum. You can do all of these wonderful sites in a day, but you've got to plan it. So all I would say is book a tour. Don't risk it. You can do the train. But again, if you're on a tour, they will wait for you. If you're not on a tour, the passport waits for you at the port gate.
I did do the train and I was fine, but
risk it for a biscuit. Anyway, then we're off to Florence, and again, this can be done in a day. Both Florence and Pisa. Of course, Florence, you've got the wonderful Ponte Vecchio Bridge, you've got the fantastic jewellery shops. You can go and see David as well, whichever one, because there's about half a dozen of them all dotted around in Florence. And then, of course, you can go to Pisa, and you've got to get the famous photo with the lean steps.
Yeah, that one, that's the one.
You've got to get it, you've got to do it. Get in there and get your hand up there. So actually, just behind, out of shot, there's some lovely little stalls where you can get some... You know, sometimes when you go on holiday and you bring back those really tacky gifts, this is actually some really nice stuff that you can get. Nice little cafes as well.
And then Marseille, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely way to finish it off. Coming back into France, you've got a real Moroccan and African feel here as well. Really big fishing and maritime history there as well. But what a great ship as well. The fact that this is Carnival's return to the Mediterranean. This is the maiden season.
We should say, by the way, after Marseille, you actually disembark in Barcelona.
Yes, sorry, yeah.
But this is the brand new ship.
This hasn't been released. She's actually currently probably on the way back through the Mediterranean, sailing back on a maiden voyage.
And I'll tell you what, Justin, when you actually go on a brand new ship, it is the most amazing experience, isn't it?
Do you know, it's not the fact that everything is new and fresh, because generally every turnaround day, everything's renewed. I mean, you see carpets being laid on turnaround days. That's the level of quality. But it's the excitement. You've got this wonderful... It's the largest water park that Carnival's done at sea. You've got Skyride. You've got the first IMAX cinema at sea as well. And you've got a whole multiplex area where you've got arcade machines and pool tables, snooker tables. There's so many restaurants there as well.
Well, bearing in mind this is a brand new ship and this is her maiden season, because you do always pay a premium for new ships. $749 is your lead price on this one. Return flights are included based on London Gatwick. Generally speaking, by the way, we can always find your flights from most UK airports. And yes, you will be on board for 10 nights, Carnival's newest ship in her maiden season. That is going to be uber exciting. It really is. I'd love to go on her. And actually, the prices, we were looking at these earlier, and they're really good across all of the dates. So you can see there, some really good sort of prices for June, July, September and October. And you don't need to pay much more to upgrade. And if you look at the 10th of October, for example, you only pay £50 more for an ocean view and just £150 more for a balcony.
Do you know what, can I just add to that? A lot of naysayers on a maiden voyage would say, oh, I'm not too sure, I'd rather go after when things are settled down. No. Every cruise line usually brings in their top brass of staff, and on top of that, as they're sailing back right now, they'll be opening the venues to the officers and the crew on board to make sure everything is absolutely spot on, ready for the passengers.
So definitely book that one. 93670 is the ID number. Now, you need to really sit back and relax for this one.
Should we take a deep breath?
Yeah, this is a big one. It's actually the 17-night Rocky Mountaineer and Alaska Discovery Cruise with one of my absolute favourites, 5-star celebrity on board the Infinity. But there's a lot to this one, isn't there, Justin? We'll tell you about the whole experience in a moment, but let's just start off with the cruise aspect of this, because you get a 7-night cruise, haven't you, with Celebrity?
Do you know, the actual ship itself and the brand Celebrity, it's modern luxury.
It is.
Fantastic wines, and it's just that quality. You can have wine by the glass. They've got one of the best wine selections at sea, and depending on what class you actually go as, you've got great restaurants as well. Blue, I just love. Oh, yeah. There we go. Perfectly timed, fantastic food.
Now, I've cruised with Celebrity 5 times now, and I can honestly say every single cruise has been perfect, and I really mean that. From you know, the restaurants, the food, the entertainment, the tours, every single aspect of Celebrity has been outstanding, I believe. And do you know, sometimes you just saw a picture of that lady sunbathing. Sometimes I just love spending hours up on the decks. You know, it's so beautiful. They've got these big wicker beds and huge, you know.
Look at that.
Oh.
It's a martini ice bar.
Oh, that is one of my favourite bars.
Yeah, you can still keep in touch as well. You've got a fantastic ice suite there with all the Apple products. But it is one of those experiences.
There's an adults area. I think you just saw that the adults area as well, which is absolutely wonderful, chilling and relaxing.
The Infinity's just been refitted in October,
lovely.
yeah, they've actually refitted her to a higher class. So she's actually gone from Millennium class up to Solstice class. But so, it's where we're going.
Yes. So that was a little taster of the ship, but. Take us on this amazing journey, Justin.
Well, we start off in Vancouver, and this is the part of your cruise before you embark the fantastic Rocky Mountaineer train journey. You're actually going to be starting off your first day, which is actually cruising through what they call the Inside Passage. So if you do like cruising straight to Messina, if you do like you know, your traditional days at sea, what was the South American canal? Panama Canal. You know, days like that, then you'll absolutely love the Inside Passage. Then you actually go on to Icy Strait. Now, bear in mind, as you can see on this map, you're cruising in and out of these lovely little sort of fjords and meandering all the way through. So again, we were talking about Norway. Just imagine seeing the mountains. I mean, look at the snow-capped mountains up in the background there. It's absolutely fantastic. You're going to be stopping off in the port here. You've got a rich Native American history. Just absolutely breathtaking scenery. Every port that you get off on this cruise is just like pine trees, bears, just glaciers. It's just, talking of which, actually, we're actually going to the Hubbard Glacier. Now, this is actually nicknamed the Galloping Glacier because it really does advance at quite a frightening rate.
Does it?
Yeah. Now, you are going to get really, really close, and if you're lucky, you may see some of the actual ice fall in there. Now, that doesn't look that much, does it? It looks pretty big, but we're talking 1,200 feet, 10-storey buildings crashing into the sea, perfectly safe. Sometimes, actually, what they do on the ships is they actually will get a small piece of floating ice and bring it on board onto the promenade deck, and by lunchtime, it's still ice. It hasn't melted. It's absolutely amazing. Then we're going to go, staying with Alaska, we're going to go into Juneau. Now, of course, this was, again, a rich history, mainly with the gold rush. So, you know, this is one of the places where you can just imagine them in all of their furs. Back in sort of like, you know, brave frontiers. Great for whale watching as well. There's never a guarantee that you're going to see whales, but it's probably one of the best opportunities to actually go and do it. Then you're going to go into Ketchikan. Now, Ketchikan as well has got great outdoor activities. So this is where you want to go kayaking, hiking, nature watching. Perhaps if you want to go zip lining as well, you can do all of those activities. Or you can go to Totem Bight State Park. You've got 14 totem poles here. And again, you've got that mix of cultures, the new age that was coming through with the gold rush, and then the old age of the native history. You've also got a rainforest sanctuary there as well. Now, this is where your cruise starts to wind down. You'll go back through the Icy Passage, back into Vancouver, and have a day at leisure. So again, if you haven't done what you wanted to do on the first day, you can then do it on the second day. But this is where it all begins, because this is midway point before you start one of the most epic journeys in the most breathtaking scenery. We're talking wildlife. I was actually walking today and saw a stag run across the road. It was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you go, wow. You will see bears, you will see all this wonderful nature. So we're still on Vancouver. Vancouver is one of those places that there is so much to do, and literally at the bottom of the street, you can see those wonderful mountains up in the background.
And you are in Vancouver for a 2-night stay.
Oh, is that 2 night stay?
Yeah,
sorry, my
2
apologies.
nights.
Yeah, sorry, 2 night stays. You disembark, and then you've got your day at leisure. Yeah. Then this is where you transfer.
Right, here we go. This is
where you transfer. Now, everything. You literally put your bag outside of your hotel room. It will be taken and put onto the train. From the train back to the hotel room, so you don't have to lug anything about. But the great thing is where you're going to be going. You're going to be going on a meandering journey at a beautiful slow pace on the Rocky Mountaineer, and you're getting to do it in one of the best ways, Silverleaf. We'll come back to that a little bit later on.
So this is an incredible experience, isn't it?
Look at the breathtaking vistas that you're going to be able to see. Also, the simple fact that everything is served at your chair, at your comfort. You've got those wonderful bridges that you're going to be crossing. And again, if it's that tick list, you know, if you've perhaps been lucky enough to do something like the Orient Express, then you've got to do this, because I mean, just look at that train, which is probably, I don't know, 24 carriages long, looks like a children's toy. That's how
yeah,
epic
it does,
it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's the sort of perspective that you've actually got. So from your first day, you're actually going to be travelling from the train station on the Rocky Mountaineer. You're going to travel through Kamloops onto Jasper, and then transfer from the railway station for a 2-night stay in Jasper. And now this is where you get a tour included, so you can actually go around Jasper. Now, just take a look at this. Again, if you think that the scenery that you've seen with the glaciers, the scenery in Vancouver, look at the national park, and you're going to have a tour included, the highlights of Jasper, on that day. Then you're actually going to be going back, but this is where it gets even more interesting. You're actually going now by motor coach, and you're going from Lake Louise on to Banff. From Jasper, to Lake Louise.
And you because you do stay one night in Lake Louise as well, don't you?
Yeah, one night in Lake Louise. As I said, all of your luggage is taken from the train to your hotel room, back to the train, so you haven't got to lift a finger. Then you're going to go from Lake Louise on to Banff, and again, the bus will slow down. You know, if they see something that's interesting, there'll be stop-off points, and you know, these drivers, you know, and the commentaries that you get are fantastic. Then you're going to go from Lake Louise onto Banff, stay in Banff for one night, and then back onto the coach onto Calgary. Now, this is where you get chance to actually go on a included tour. This is the Rocky Summit helicopter tour.
A helicopter tour?
Helicopter tour, or you can go onto the glaciers on this amazing, it's like a monster truck. So you can go out onto the glaciers with that. Then you're going to be transferring back onto the airport, and then you're going to come home and sit back and go, what did we just do? 17 nights. And if you've ever been to Alaska, have you done all of this?
And what is so lovely, Planet Cruise, and this is what they are excellent at, they've arranged every aspect of this trip of a lifetime. You know, not just that fantastic cruise to start you off, but all of those wonderful transfers and hotel stays, and of course that amazing iconic railway journey as well. So we are going to include the Rocky Summit helicopter tour, that's included. Obviously all your return flights, your pre and post cruise hotel stays in Vancouver, and the extra night in Kamloops and Banff as well, and 2 nights in Jasper. Now, just to summarise, because Justin, there was a lot there, let's be honest, we've got a summary.
You ready?
Here's your summary.
Take a deep breath.
There you go. So that was it, wasn't it? It is a bit of an epic journey, isn't it? But we have just summarised it for you, and so much, well, everything's included there. So don't forget, if you'd like to book, give us a call right now. And our cruise agents will talk you through more detail. To get the helicopter tour as well, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, and look at all the sightseeing tours, Bow Falls, the lakes, the Surprise Corner, the Hoodoos.
It is all there. Now, the cruise aspect, fantastic. If you'd like to upgrade to concierge class with Celebrity, again, we can talk you through this, but there's lots of extras like priority check-in, welcome gifts. It is all there. And price-wise, we have got prices for this trip of a lifetime starting at £3,799. I love that, don't you? Maybe you've got a special anniversary, birthday that year, then what a way to celebrate. Now, that's it. So here's a quick recap of everything. We started off with Royal Caribbean, $499. We just actually got some exclusive new price reductions on this one, and we do think it'll sell fast, so you can reserve your place tonight for just £99. And as I mentioned earlier, really worth maybe staying at the Meehan Valley Marriott a night before for just £89, and you get free parking and port transfers. The lead date there, the 22nd of October, and that is $499, ID number 96329. Just jot that down, it makes it easier when you book. And then another really affordable one, in fact one of the best we've ever seen for a 7-night Norwegian Fjords trip. Honestly, if you've never cruised around the fjords, they are spectacular, they are stunning, it's been one of my favourite cruises. I've been back twice and I loved it. 489. I've got some great prices for families as well. You know, if you go for the lead date, a family of 4 under £1,600, and even during the summer holidays, starting at 2499. Then we moved on to Norwegian Cruise Lines, and this is the Adriatic, Greece and Croatia cruise from Venice. What a lovely port to cruise from. Now, no matter what stateroom you book, you will get an all-inclusive drinks package. That is a free upgrade tonight. You'll also get $50 on board spend, and your return flight's based on London Gatwick. Now I've got my eye on the next one. I've never done a 6-star cruise with Silverseas. I'd love to, and this is an amazing price. We only feature at Silverseas now and again throughout the year when we've got an amazing deal, and this is it tonight. You'll get a free Fortnum & Mason champagne and chocolates gift box just from booking. You'll get not just a bit of money to spend, you'll actually get $500 per suite. Wow, it's a lot of money. You can actually use that for excursions. You might want to use it for spa treatments. You might want to buy something in the the salons and stores, but that is included with the price tonight. And the ID number for that one is 115961, and that is all inclusive, of course, as well. Then she's not even sailed yet. She's brand new. This is her maiden voyage. It's the Carnival Vista 749 for a brand new ship of the 11-night Greek Isles and Italy cruise from Athens there with that amazing stay, also in a 4-star hotel. She looks amazing, that new ship. And then, yes, one of your favourites, one of our favourites, the 17-night Rocky Mountaineer and Alaska Discovery Cruise on board the Celebrity Infinity. Justin, I mean, that's an exceptional trip, isn't it?
It's like three holidays in one, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got so much there, but you know, so much to choose from tonight. And of course, we had the fantastic river cruise as well.
Oh, we did. Well done. Yeah.
Less than £1,000, sailing in July. If you want to go around Germany, around the Rhine, we can't tell you which cruise line it's with, but everything's included. Phone up the number now at the bottom of the screen. Call the guys and say, what's the secret cruise, the river cruise that you've got going? Because value-wise, it was just unbelievable. 2,700, something like that, down to less than £1,000.
I know, it was a massive saving, wasn't it? Yeah,
absolutely fantastic.
Anyway, we are nearly out of time. Don't forget, all the details are on our website, planetcruise.co.uk. The phone line's open until 11 o'clock tonight, and promises you might be a new viewer. Do you know what? I met a lady last year, and she'd watched the show for 7 years, and she finally booked her first cruise. She'd watched us for 7 years, and now, of course, she's like, oh, should have booked one when I first saw you. So do it tonight if you've never booked a cruise before. Justin, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
It's great, wasn't it?
Just that means, which one would you go on?
Oh, so many. Do you know, I'd love to do the Silverseas.
Yeah.
But Alaska, definitely amazing. And Carnival Vista, you know, a brand new ship. I want to do more. What about you?
I think I'll probably have to go with the Caribbean cruise of Silverseas.
Yeah. Right, do you know what? Might just have to take a year off and do them all. Listen, we'll be with you next week. Don't go anywhere. But do book your cruise.